I'm proudly Italian because the first Paralympic Games was in Rome in '60, and so I'm so happy that the Paralympic sport, in some way, the first real Paralympics was born in Italy, and so that's so good for me. And I think that I was so lucky to live the Paralympic sport and my disability in a good range of years, because when I arrived in Paralympic sport, the Paralympic sport was something hard but possible. From London 2012, thanks to the amazing communication that they did, like the payoff for London 2012 was inspired generation. And thanks to all the people, thanks to all the athletes, thanks to also the media culture, what they are doing. It's sharing all this stuff, it's sharing a new generation of person who knows the Paralympic sport. And my dream in 10 years from now is trying to do not only make Paralympic sport famous, but also make disability is something normal. Tokyo 2020 was my second Paralympics game, because Rio was my first one, and I think was two completely different things. Because Rio, you get the energy of Brazilians, so we were all the time dancing and singing together. The public was huge. We have more than 20,000 people in the fencing building. That's a huge number for like a small piece like this, and all the people around. That was crazy. So changing from Rio to Tokyo was a big different thing. 3 months before the Paralympics, I had a bad injury, and they told me 3 months before that I have to amputate another part of my body because of a bad infection, Osteomyelitis, I don't know how to say it in English, and so it was quite difficult. And in the 1st of April 1st, they told me that I have to do this big surgery, and they didn't know if I was able to do the Paralympics. And so I got out from the hospital 119 days before the day of the competition, and was more than 1 year that I was not. And so Rio was exciting because it was the first time, and then in Tokyo I was just so scared of everything. It was so painful. I think that I'm so lucky because there, I knew before, but there I realized how much either something so impossible could be possible thanks to the team that you have, thanks to all the persons that are working with you in that moment, thanks to the coaches, thanks to the trainer, thanks to everyone. That for me, Tokyo was possible thanks to them. So my body was made from them, my mind was there, and I know that in my mask, all my team was there with me. And so every point that I did, I was like turning and watching my coach crying because like, that's too good. And so it was great. I'm crying every time that I'm thinking about it because it was too great for me. I really want to try to take a gold with the team competition, because in Rio we won the bronze, in Tokyo we won the silver, so we are looking for Paris to get this to get this gold medal. We are working a lot for reaching that thing. All the young generation in Italy, they look at the Paralympic sport in a very cool way. They are so cute because every time they look at the prosthetics as a game. So I used to take off my arm and give the arm to them, and they want to know how to open and close the hand, and so they start like taking bottles and start drinking with my hand. But they are excited about it. The young girl thinks that I'm a Barbie because I'm made of plastic. And the young man looks like, every time they ask me, are you a Robocop? And so, because you like a robot, and it's so cool, so you can run faster, so you can do everything when you want to do. And they always think that we are kind of superhero, that I think that it's a little bit too much. I just want to look like a normal person, but they are super excited about it, and so that's the great thing, and that's the cool thing of showing everything through the sport. Speaking about what we're doing in Paralympic sport, I just opened my Bebe Vio Academy, and so I'm super happy about it because we are trying to get and reach all the Paralympic athletes. We want to take all people with disability from their houses and put them in the track, put them in a piece, put them in a gym, wherever they want to play. And so my Bebe Vio Academy, the thing that I love is that we are taking a group of 30 people, 30 young guys from 6 years to 18, but 15 with disability and 15 without. because we want them to play together and to know what is Paralympic sport and what is disability from the young generation. Because I think if you teach them from when they are young, they're gonna grow up with a completely different mindset. They're gonna grow up thinking that disability is something different, but it's not. And so I wanna see, my dream is in 10 years to go in a wherever gym in Italy and see and watch people with disability playing with people without. My dream is to be in Los Angeles 2028 and try to have only one big event, of course, separate categories, separate things, but only one building, only one Olympic and Paralympic village. And so in this way, it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be something so very, very huge because the number of athletes is gonna like multiplicated, of course. But my dream is to have that situation, but not starting directly from the top of the federation, of the committee, just say, okay, now you're together. No, we have to work from the base and teach to all the athletes what is the Paralympic sport and how much we can work together.